Hi there. So here I am, week 2. Yep, because I only had this PICC line put on. Where are we now? Today is Tuesday. I only had the PICC line put on last Monday, so a week yesterday. And I had the second dressing change and the second flush today. So here we are with a new clean dressing and a new clean tubey grip. I took some pictures when she was doing it this time. Well, I think next time I'll take a video. She said it was fine. A little bit of bleeding last time, but it was brand new, wasn't it? It's only just been done. And it is still it's still a bit red, like around the site, you know, the inside where the little cut is for the tube to go in. So it's still slightly red and inflamed. So she's not too worried yet because it's still quite new, but she'll see how it goes. And you can't see because that's covered in tape now, but I was getting a tiny bit of a rash just at the top there where the tape is, so that could be the tape, and that little bit of redness could be either just because it's still quite new, or that clear gel that's in the dressing, something in that, forget what she said now, medical word, but some people can have a little bit of a reaction to that. She says if that is the case, there are other dressings that they try, a couple of others, so they try one and then if that doesn't work then there's another one. But so far so good. It looks okay. Got my new little I don't know, little tube, little nozzle, all cleaned up, all strapped down again. And yeah, here we are, ready for chemo cycle number 2 tomorrow, 2 of 12. 2 of 12, yeah, and I will be having the cold cap again, so apologies if my hair looks a bit greasy, but I am deliberately washing my hair as little as I can possibly get away with. They tell you to do that anyway. Obviously less trauma on your hair. But I will wash it tomorrow before my chemo. Got a hairdresser appointment tomorrow. You know, the hairdresser wig guy in the hospital that they make you an appointment with. So I see him tomorrow. See what he says about my hair. I hope the cold cap works. I really do. But of course, I don't know if it will or not. Nobody knows until you just keep trying it each week and see how you get on. What worries me is it's 12 cycles. So obviously that's 12 bashes at chemo, trying to get your hair out. My last time I only had 6 cycles, so that's only 6 rounds of wearing cold cap and 6 cycles of chemo having a bash at you. But this time it's 12, which is quite a lot, I think. But yeah. So yeah, here we are, ready for chemo 2 tomorrow, 2 of 12. Bye for now. So here I am at the hospital again, hospital car park, ready for chemo number 2, 2 of 12. So I've got all my various bits and bobs, a hat when I come out after wearing my cold cap because they wet your hair and slather conditioner on it, and then you sat there for 2.5 hours at least with this cold cap on, racking your head, and then when you take it off you look like an absolute mess. So to walk home and walk out of the hospital, not have too many people staring at me, I just shove a hat on. So I brought my woolly one and a cap this time because I don't know, sometimes the weather's alright and sometimes it's wintry and sometimes it's sunny. I don't know what the heck the weather's doing lately. But yeah, I've took my 2 paracetamol already because they say take a couple of paracetamol half an hour or so before to help so you don't get headaches as much. Fingers crossed. I did take the paracetamol last time, the first time, and I didn't get any headaches. It was alright, so fingers crossed it will continue to be alright, and more importantly it will continue to work. I don't know if it will or not. But before my chemo today I have my appointment with the hospital, the hairdresser who's, you know, sort of part of, I don't know, the hospital or the Macmillan or the breast cancer unit, I don't know, but they have a hairdresser guy. I don't really know what he's going to do other than, I know he does wigs and that, but I'm hoping I won't get that far. I won't need a wig, so I don't know what else he might help me with or suggest or do. If I have that appointment before my chemo, then I have my chemo. Then I have an oncologist appointment this afternoon after all my chemo as well, which I was surprised when they sent me that appointment because I've only started the chemo last week, so I'm not sure why I have an oncologist appointment already. I only saw her a couple of weeks ago before the chemo started. So I did have blood tests before the chemo started for genetics to see why I've got, well, just in case there is something else, to explain why I've got breast cancer again 15 years later. So whether it's anything to do with the results of the genetics I had done, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, because I would think it's a bit too early for another oncologist appointment yet. Well, unless they just do that anyway and check. But I will soon find out this afternoon, will I not? So yeah, got my hats, got my water, although they give you tons of stuff in there. I just always carry water with me everywhere. And I've got my cozy blanket because you do get cold, you do get freezing wearing the cold cap. So I have a super cozy, toasty, thick blanket, which made all the difference last week. I was really comfy, and I didn't get too cold. I was all right with that. That really did keep me toasty. Although last week I was overly prepared because I didn't know how cold the cap made you. So underneath my jeans I had a pair of woolly tights. I had an extra layer on under my clothes. I'd brought bed socks as well in case I needed to put an extra pair of socks on. So obviously that was all, I had this blanket, so obviously that was all a bit of overkill. And I've learned this week, and I know I haven't got my layers on, just jeans and a t-shirt and a normal pair of socks. But I have definitely brought the blanket because that made the difference last week. That's what I needed. So without further ado, off I go for chemo number 2. Bye for now. Hi there. Just following up from my last chemo, my second one, where I had 3 appointments on one day. I didn't do the video after I come out of the hospital because obviously I was there a long time, and I don't know, I was just a bit of a mess and just wanted to go straight home. But I had a wig appointment which went fine. He's ordered me a couple of wigs to try with the hairdresser, and then I had my chemo and the oncologist appointment after that. The oncologist appointment was just a general checkup, you know, because I started, how you doing, how the side effects, blah blah blah. It wasn't about the genetics. He said that can take up to 8 weeks. It's only been a few weeks, so made me another appointment for about 6 weeks time, so hopefully the genetics results will be in by then. I don't really know anything about the genetics other than there's another couple of things they could be testing for other than the BRCA2 gene, because obviously the BRCA2 gene is in our family, but I tested negative, so I don't have the BRCA2 gene, but I am the only person in my family to have got breast cancer. Not only breast cancer once, but breast cancer twice. So yeah, they said obviously I don't have the BRCA2 gene, but what else is going on? Because it shouldn't have happened, really. Or it's extremely unlucky that it did. Otherwise, if nothing else is underlying. So yeah, don't know what the genetics will throw up, if anything. But my chemo was okay. Got the cold cap on, started fine, had my chemo. Then when the chemo finished, obviously you stay there with the cold cap on, but unfortunately the cold cap broke 20 minutes before the end of my session. You meant to have it on for, it's about 2.5 hours altogether, because half an hour before your chemo, for about an hour during your chemo, and then an hour after your chemo. But the cap actually broke whilst I was wearing it. So yeah, it sort of cracked or something, I don't know, and all the liquid come out, so obviously I was soaked, there's liquid everywhere. So yeah, that was a bit crap, but I mean it was fine. They just had to leave it a while before they could take it off, because your hair can freeze to the cap, and obviously they can't take it off if it hasn't thawed. So obviously I was dripping with a towel around me, but after a while they took it off. But I just hope that last 20 minutes didn't make much of a difference, because last time I know my hair started falling out around about week 3 or 4. That was week 2 of chemo. So I suppose if the cold cap's going to do its work, now is like the crucial time. That's just in my thinking. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I'm thinking. If I'm going to be wearing it, I should be wearing it now when my hair would normally be falling out. But yeah, I had to cut the session short a little bit, which I hope that didn't make a difference. But we shall wait and see. So, yep, there we go. 2 down, 10 to go. So, bye for now. Hi there. Here I am in the hospital car park again. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th appointment this week for various reasons. Thankfully 3 of them were on one day, in one day. But this is my 5th appointment, but 3rd trip to the hospital this week. So I was here Tuesday, Wednesday, and now here I am again on Friday. The reason I'm here today is because one of the side effects of the chemo this week is a rash. Well, they say on the list one of the side effects you can get is a rash. Personally, I think they need to go to trading standards, because what I got was not a rash, it was basically acne. Okay, you maybe can't see too badly here now, but it was friggin' full-blown acne, yellow spots, hives, big red, like those angry... It was acne. That was not a rash. I was expecting a rash maybe on my body or something, but it was just on my face, just on the T-zone, just... It's spots. I've been taking antihistamine, which has reduced the big bumpy red spots a bit. That does nothing for the yellow pimply ones. But yeah, do you know, so they said to come in to have a look, because they can give you things, whether it's creams or antibiotics or whatever. And I'm in on Tuesday anyway, but that's for my pre-chemo and pick, flush and all that. And they said, I said, shall I leave it till then? They said, if you leave it till then, they can't give you anything because you have your chemo the next day, blah, blah, blah. So because it's Friday, they said come in, because if you do need something, they can give me it over. I can take it over the weekend. We're in time for chemo next week. Now I know this isn't a big deal, but it bloody floored me today. I've been in tears, absolute tears. I think because I wasn't expecting acne, because I normally have really good skin, really clear skin. I'm lucky that way. Well, in my old, you know, now, maybe when I was, not when I was younger, but my skin has been great for decades. It's not something I've ever worried about. To suddenly, literally overnight, get acne, it was quite traumatizing. God, it's hot in here because the sun is out today, which again is unusual for this time of year. But so yeah, I was surprised how much that floored me. Oh God, this is stupid. Get some fresh air in. Right, I know it's a silly thing, because having breast cancer and the risk of dying is terrible. Compared to having acne. Yeah, compared to getting acne, which is superficial, it should be something stupid. Having breast cancer and the risk of dying or spreading or whatever is horrendous. Acne on that scale isn't. But yeah, it took me by surprise how much it bothered me. I think maybe it's because it wasn't something they told me I might get. You know, when you see rash written on the list of possible side effects, you just think, oh, a little red rash somewhere. Not bloody full-blown acne just on your face, just on your T-zone. Literally almost overnight. So I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't know that was something I was going to get. Then I was thinking, am I going to have this for the whole 3 months? You know, bald with a bloody face full of acne. I mean, I might keep my hair, I don't know yet, but I might not. But that's all that was going through my head. Yeah. Full-blown acne and a baldy head. Yeah. So it floored me. And I got upset a lot this morning. Which is why I think the hospital have said come in, because they won't be able to give me something if I leave it till Tuesday, because I'll be having chemo on Wednesday. So they said come in today. If they can give me something or think I need something, they can give me it today so I can be having it for a few days. So yeah, I don't know if this is something that's just flared up and it will be okay, or if this is something I'll get after every chemo treatment, or if it's something I'll just have for the whole 3 months. I don't know. But I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. God. It's funny because right, it's funny because strangely it's the little things that get you. Oh, come on, stop it. Yeah. Right, what I'm finding is it's the little things that seem to get to you. Last time I had the breast cancer, nothing seemed to bother me. I just got on with it, took everything in my stride, just thought, oh shit, you know, shit happens, deal with it, get on with it, it's done. Obviously I wasn't expecting it the second time. 15 years later. So I was a bit more upset just because it shouldn't have come back. Even the doctors are totally surprised because I was still on the meds from the last lot. The one I've got is extremely unusual. It comes back a second time. So yeah, that floored me and that was upsetting. But I thought, well, dealt with it last time, know what to expect. It'll be fine. But I am finding I get a little bit more upset at times. Only now and again. Mostly I'm great, but every now and again something will hit me and it'll just knock me. I think you take the big things, you just roll with them, roll with the punches. But the little things you just think are so stupid and so pointless, and I've got nothing to do with if I survive breast cancer or not. So why throw them at people as well? It's just like all those little kicks when you're already down, all those extra kicks, all those extra little twists of the knife. How I deal with my treatment and what happens in the future doesn't matter whether I have a full head of hair or not, okay? So that's a pointless, horrible side effect that's just cruel to me. Whether I survive cancer and never get it again, have an acne because of a side effect of a drug, is another pointless thing. And I know they're pathetic in the grand scheme of it, but it just shows you the ups and downs of treatment. You can be high 1 minute and then just something will bring it all crashing back down. Oh, I hate crying. So yes, here I am for my 5th appointment this week. One I did not think I'd be here for. Let's see what they say today. Yeah. So yeah, it's the rash, what they call it, which is not a rash to me, it's acne. It's like yellow acne spots and like the red angry hive ones. I have took antihistamine yesterday and today, which has helped a little bit. But obviously it's only just started, so I don't know if it's going to get worse or if this is something else I have to deal with. So, on that note, I've stopped crying properly, so let's get into the hospital and see what they say. Bye for now. Going to have to be monitored for the whole 3 months. She says it can go away, it can get worse, you can have it the whole time. You know what they're like, doctors and nurses, they kind of have a way of putting things that you, I don't know, not saying something while saying it. So I don't know, I've got a feeling I'm either stuck with this, monitoring it, sorting it out, or it might even get worse, and it can spread. So anyway, she told me what to do, what not to do. Give me a bag full of, I don't know, creams and washing stuff and tablets, mainly antihistamine I think. They'll see me next week when I'm in anyway for my chemo, see how it's going, because there are other things and stronger things and tablets and other things that they can try along the way, but I thought they just start you on the easiest thing first to see how you go. So yeah, I've composed myself now. I've stopped crying. I know it's pathetic in the grand scheme of things. Cancer is cancer and spots are just spots, but I think it was because I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting to practically get acne overnight. It really floored me, like another horrible, unnecessary little twisty thing just to really piss you off. Oh, I can't win, honestly. So yes, I'm fine, I'm fine again. I even treated myself to a Costa whilst I was waiting for my prescription to come through at the pharmacy. So I will sign off. That's a bit roasting hot at the minute, but yeah, let's just see how this goes. It does all feel a bit red and sore and tender. Oh, my face doesn't feel normal, put it that way. Hivey and stuff, inflamed. But anyway, here we go, coffee time and drive home time. So bye for now.